Hello there. As always, Jesus is my Lord and Savior. So today I will be making some dumpling. I'll make some dumpling soup. I'll also be frying some, and then I'll make some meatball stew. So for my dumpling dough, first of all, measure 2 cups of flour and a teaspoon of salt. I mix it very well. Added a half cup of water, and then you want to mix that very well. You can also do this in a bowl with a spatula. Next, mold I mold it very well, and then I'm going to be transferring it to my glass bowl. But first of all, I put some flour in the bowl, and then I'm going to be adding my dough that I've just made to the bowl. I'm then going to mold it into a ball, and I'll cover it up with a thin plastic and leave it to sit for about 45 minutes to an hour. Now I'm going to start preparing my stuffing. I'm going to be using some organic tofu. I cut up my tofu into cubes and I put it aside. I then cut up some green onions and put that aside. I went ahead, cut up some cilantro. I put that too in a bowl and put it aside. Cut up some onions and put it aside. Came back to my dough. It has been sitting for about 45 minutes. I'm going to now start to make. First of all, I'm going to cut it into 24 pieces. Once I've cut it into 24 pieces, I then put that aside, and then I went to fix my stuffing, to get my stuffing ready. I'm using a whole pound of meat. This is actually deer meat, young deer meat. So I'm going to season it very well. I use all-purpose seasoning, black pepper, seasoning oil. I use onions, green onions, and then I also added some cilantro. Mix it very well, and I'm going to divide it into half. I'm going to use half of this for my stuffing, the stuffing for my dumpling, and the other half I'm going to be making meatball stew. So I went ahead and heated my pan. I added some hot pepper to my meat, put my ground meat that was seasoned in the pan. I didn't add any oil, just the meat in the pan. I added some garlic, a spoon of garlic, and then I started to mix it. Let it stay. I added some more seasoning, and then I just stir it in the pan. No oil. I added some salt, and then I added soya sauce, and just let it cook. But I mix it the whole while, and then once I knew it was cooked, halfway cooked, I put it in a bowl, and then I put the tofu in a piece of napkin, squeeze it very well to get the excess water out of it. Look at all that water that came from it. And I added my organic tofu to my meat that is already well seasoned and sauteed. I then added some green onions, and I added some oil to my pan. I then measured 2 cups of green cabbage. No, purple cabbage, I'm sorry. 2 cups of purple cabbage. And saute. I stir it for a while and let it just steam for a while. Now I transfer my mixture into a bigger bowl. I put the cabbage, added my cabbage to it, mix it very well. You will need to use your hand to mix it if you want to. I added a whole spoon of butter and I mix it. Now I'm going to use my hand and mix it very well. So once I was done mixing it, it's time now to come and stuff my dumpling. So I took a piece. Remember, I cut it into 24 pieces. I took 1 piece and now I'm going to flatten it. I'm using cornstarch to roll. Once I make it flat, I'm going to add a spoonful of mixture into that. And then I'll close it. There you have it. Look at that, how pretty it looks. So this is what I'm going to be doing. You can make a lot of different designs. Yeah. So once I'm done, I'm going to put that aside. That is just sitting. Then I'm going now to start on my meat, the other half of my meat. I added a half cup of flour to my meat that is already seasoned. I mix it very well and I'm going to make my meatballs. But first I'm going to measure it in that little spoon because I want everything to be the same amount. And then after I measure it in a spoon and make sure I've distributed it, the same amount, then I'm going to roll them with a clean bowl of water. Roll my meatball, and there you have it. The meatballs are ready and my dumpling is ready. Now it's time to cook. So I put water in my pot, and once it came to a boil, I added some of the meatball to the boiling water. I then added some cilantro. I added some green onions and then I added my pepper and carrots. Added my vegetable. After my meatball had boiled a little bit, then I went ahead and added my spices, some black pepper seasoned oil, all-purpose chicken seasoning. I added all my spice, and then I also added a pack of noodle soup. Added a pack of noodle soup, and my soup is cooking. Okay, now I added some vegetable oil to my frying pan and left it to get hot. Now look at that soup, that vegetable dumpling soup. See how good it looks. Now my soup is almost done. So I'm going to put my dumpling in the soup. I added my dumpling to the soup. Mmm. Okay. It's coming on so good. It smells so good. With all the spice, black pepper, seasoning oil, onions, green onions, pepper, carrots, and now that the soup is almost done, I'm adding my broccoli and my cauliflower, and then I just left it to cook. My oil is hot now. I'm frying the rest of my dumpling. Wow, it's coming. The soup looks so good. My soup is almost ready. If you like, at this time you can add eggs, but I don't want any eggs in it. I just want it with vegetable. And now my dumpling, once my dumpling is fried, I'll go ahead and take it out of the frying pan, put it into a tray, and then I'm going to start making my meatball stew, my meatball gravy or stew, whatever you call it. Look at that. See how good it looks. Now I'm going to make my meatball. First I'm putting my meatballs to fry. Once your meatball has fried, you go ahead, take it out of the pan, and then you add your onions, peppers, cilantro, and green pepper. Add everything, green onions, add everything to the saucepan. Add your cilantro, and then mix it for a while. Don't forget to add your spices. Mix it for a while. Add all of your spices. Your onions, pepper, black pepper, seasoning oil. Go ahead, add your tomato. Mix it well, and also add your meatball. When you add your tomato, go right ahead and add your meatball and just let it simmer. Now the soup is ready. It's time to serve your dinner. Look at that vegetable soup with dumpling. There you have it. This was so delicious. Look at those meatballs. Look at all the vegetable. You have noodles in there. You have broccoli, cauliflower. So delicious. I really don't like making the cooking video so long, so I try my best to cut it short as I could. But there you have it, a delicious bowl of vegetable dumpling soup. Look at that. Now I'm emptying the meatball sauce, the meatball stew that I made with the vegetable. And there you have it, your delicious meatball and your dumpling, fried dumpling. Look at that. See how it looked in the dumpling after you cut it up. This was just so delicious. I hope you try this recipe and let me know what you think about it. So delicious. There you go. There it is, your meatball. Your delicious spicy meatball and your dumpling. So delicious. Thanks for watching. I pray you have a very, very blessed day. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And I'll be back with more delicious recipe for you. Please stay very, very blessed.